Good morning, folks. I wanted to talk today briefly about some ideas that you may want to consider because we have a very, very, very serious market going on right now. I look at Bloomberg News in the morning and I'm seeing some incredible numbers. I'm seeing right now a Dow Jones that's down 457 points as we speak, a NASDAQ that is down coming up on almost 700 points down. It's at 680, 690, and we've got a S&P 500 that's down 128 points. Folks, we haven't seen this type of downdraft in years. This is very, very, very serious. Our president has decided to put in tariffs, which are affecting world markets and will affect everything from food prices to autos to you name it. It's going to affect every American. And so, in that vein, I know many of you have money in your 401ks, or you have money invested in different ways. So, what I wanted to do today is to share a few income ideas that you may want to consider. Now, before I get into these income ideas, let me say this: I am not an investment advisor. I'm not your investment advisor. These are just some ideas that I have for myself that I just wanted to share along with you. And I would strongly suggest that you talk to your own investment advisor in terms of investments that may be right for you in your current situation. So I want to get into a couple of ideas that I think are apropos given these current environments, and some yields that may be enticing, and places that you can put your money in to get a decent income yield. And of course, that doesn't mean take all your money and take out of the bank, or money you have invested in your 401ks. That's your allocation. Do whatever you need to do in that area, because I'm not your investment advisor. But again, I just want to just quickly share with you some ideas that I'm considering for myself, and some that you may find entertaining. Okay, let's get right into this. Let me first say that every idea I'm about to share with you is an exchange traded fund. And let me tell you what an exchange traded fund is. An exchange traded fund is a stock. It is an income. In this particular case, we're talking about income exchange traded funds. Okay. As opposed to, say, a mutual fund. Let me tell you the difference. A mutual fund is a fund that invests in various stocks and bonds. But the real problem with mutual funds is it has something called next day pricing. Okay, so as you're seeing significant downdrafts in the market today, so if you're having money going out of your 401k from your paycheck into the markets today, then you're going to find that the shares that you're buying will be based on tomorrow's price. And so, which could be good or bad depending on how you look at it. Some people see it as a good thing because they're buying shares at a cheaper price, but at the same time, you're buying shares that have also significantly decreased. So it just depends on, it's two-sided coin. But when you're doing an exchange traded fund, because it is a stock, it trades on the same day. So if you were to get in or out of a stock, you execute a trade today, whether it be a buy or a sell, you're going to know what that price is today. That's the main advantage of an exchange traded fund, and why exchange traded funds have become so popular. So in a downdraft like this, if you wanted to get out of a stock, you could get out of that stock today. If you want to purchase and get into that stock, you get into that stock today, and you would see that same price today. That's the most important thing. Okay, so let's move on to some of the ideas. That on exchange traded funds that I think are pretty good values, and some things, some exchange traded funds that can give you a pretty decent yield. So let's get right into this. The first one that I like is the GPIX. That is the Goldman Sachs S&P 500 Core Premium Income. Let me pull that one up. GPIX. The GPIX, the Goldman Sachs S&P 500 Core Premium Exchange Traded Fund, is currently trading at $46.79. Now, one of the things that's very important whenever you look at a stock, or at least one of the ideas that you want to pay attention to, is something as known as the 52-week high and low. Okay, now all the exchange traded funds that we're talking about today typically are what's known as low beta. Low volatility. That's what low beta means. Low beta, or beta means is a volatility gauge. And so these exchange traded funds that we're talking about today have low betas, low volatility. All right. So The Goldman Sachs S&P 500 Core Premium Income Fund is trading right now at $46.79. When you look at the 52-week high and low, that is an indication of how the stock has traded over the last 52 weeks on a rolling basis. So today, that's the rolling basis has been $44.06 to $50.84. So the stock has traded anywhere between $44.06 and $50.84 in the last 52 weeks. Currently, it's trading at $46.84. Okay, the current yield there is 8.24%. 8.24%. That is GPIX. Okay. The next one is ISPY. ISPY is the ProShares S&P 500 High Income Exchange Traded Fund. That one currently is trading at $42.56 a share. The 52-week high and low is $39.85 to $46.83. The current yield there is 9.44%. Now, all of these pay on a monthly basis. Okay, monthly basis. All right. That is the ProShares S&P 500 High Income Exchange Traded Fund. The next one is the GPIQ. Okay, the GPIQ, let me pull that one up. The GPIQ is Goldman Sachs NASDAQ 100 Core Premium Income, ETF rather. That is currently trading at $45 a share. The 52-week high and low is $42.01 to $50.85. Okay, that's currently trading at $45 even as we speak. The current yield there is 10.30%. Okay, the next one is the SPYI. The SPYI is the NEOS, NEOS, NEOS S&P 500 High Income ETF. That one currently is trading at $48.60 a share. The 52-week high and low there is $46.38 and $52.78. That is that has been the high and low there. And right now it's currently trading at $48.60. The current yield on that one is 12.15%. Okay. And lastly, the QQQI. The QQQI is the NASDAQ, the NEOS, and again, NEOS is spelled NEOS. The NEOS NASDAQ 100 High Income ETF is currently trading at $48.54 a share. The 52-week high and low has been $45.65 and $54.47. Again, I strongly suggest you go and look up these charts yourself. That way you can see the spreads for yourself, so you can determine at what point you may want to enter into these various exchange traded funds. The yield there is 14.37%. 14.37%. Okay. And again, all of these are considered low beta. You know, obviously the higher the yield may be a little more volatile than the others. The lower the yield, typically the lower the volatility. But these are all considered low volatility type. But again, if you look at the charts, you'll see some downdrafts maybe because of the overall market, but you won't see anywhere the types of downdraft you'll see in a normal stock, such as maybe a Nvidia or an Apple or, you know, a Moderna or something in that nature. These are strictly income plays. And again, these are not to say that you should take all your money and take it out of the bank and put it in these. These are just ideas. And again, I'm not your investment advisor. I strongly suggest you should speak with your own investment advisor about any type of income plays that you want to look at and ways you can protect yourself in these extremely volatile markets. So let me just say as a recap once again, the first one I mentioned was the GPIX, that is the Goldman Sachs S&P 500 Core Premium Income Fund. These are exchange traded funds, every one of them. The next one I mentioned was the ISPY, which is the ProShares S&P 500 High Income ETF. The next one after that was the GPIX, which is the Goldman Sachs NASDAQ 100 Core Premium Income Exchange Traded Fund. And then the NEOS S&P 500 High Income. And then finally the QQQI, which is the NASDAQ 100 High Income Exchange Traded Fund. Let me give you one other that is not really a much of a yield play, as that in that it pays income on a weekly basis. And again, these are not recommendations. I'm not your investment advisor. These are for entertainment purposes only. The last one is the QDTE, and that is the Round Hill Innovation 100 Covered Call Strategy Exchange Traded Fund. So there you have some ideas that you may want to consider, or ideas that I'm considering. Talk to your own advisor in terms of what may be best for you. But let me just pull that last one up so that you can get an idea where that one sits. That is the QDTE. That is the Round Hill Innovation Covered Call Strategy. Currently, that was trading at $35.47. The 52-week high and low is $35.46. To $49.39 is trading on the low end of the range. So there you have it. Just some ideas. Again, talk to your own advisor. He may also have some good ideas for you as it relates to this. But I just wanted to bring some of these ideas out to you. And there are lots of others, obviously, that you may even favor even more than these. But these are just some of the ones that I like, given this incredible volatility we're seeing. Again, the Dow is down 340 points right now. The NASDAQ is down 662. The S&P is down 115. Extremely volatile markets. But just some ideas for you. Okay, guys, I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you soon.